If you're like most cow-calf producers, you're looking for every edge you can find to add value to the calves you sell. One strategy with a strong payback is weaning and preconditioning your calves to ensure they're healthy and set up for success. Cattleman to Cattleman reporter Brian Baxter has more from Idaho on the difference that kind of strategy can have.
On the western edge of Idaho, Moody and Terry Gross run a cow-calf operation not far from the housing developments that are growing around their ranch.
We are Mbartee Ranch. We're a cow-calf operation in New Plymouth, Idaho, 50 miles from Boise. We start calving around the middle of February, and we sell the first weekend before Labor Day weekend.
In part because there's competition for land in their area, Moody and Terry have made some changes to maximize the value of every calf they sell each fall at Seven Rivers Livestock Commission.
We have been hesitant to precondition and wean because we just didn't have the facilities. So last year we weaned and we preconditioned, and we saw the difference in our prices. Our manager at the sale yard, he just stops the sale. He flat says, this is Moody and Terry's cattle, and this is what they're giving them, and this is what they've done. And I think we're blessed to have the same buyers and more for several years in a row. They buy our cattle.
Moody and Terry, I'm glad you talked to them because they're a great example of that. They told us that they've realized a $15 per hundred over and above return from vaccinating their cattle versus non-vaccinating them. And last year, for the first time, they weaned their cattle. They weaned them for 30 days. They had 2 rounds of shots, and they've seen an excellent return.
When you do that, it brings money to you. Your price of cattle go up because these buyers are looking, they're competitors. And that's why we have a sale yard, is because we get competitive bidding on these cattle. And when you get them weaned, vaccinated properly, then the competition goes up.
In fact, delivering calves that have been weaned and preconditioned has proven to be a sound strategy, resulting in better health and performance for the calves and higher value on sale day.
The game changer, I think, in our industry has been the cattle buyers at the next level are starting to recognize the value, the true economic value of buying preconditioned animals, and they're starting to compensate the cattle producers down to the cow-calf level for that value. So really, preconditioning is about doing what's right for the cattle, but also adding value to your product. And I want these people to stay in business.
Since we started to precondition, we have noticed, because Moody will sit out in the audience, and we have more buyers, because the buyers want to know where these calves have been and what vaccinations they've had, and they want to know what they're buying. So when we went on the Merck program, I think we've been on the Merck program now for 4 years. That's just helped us tremendously because it sells. We've noticed a big difference in our prices.
The program offered by Merck Animal Health is known as PrimeVac, and it gives producers a clear guide of the steps needed to give their calves the best start.
PrimeVac program is a simple, straightforward program that encapsulates everything we know about what we should do from an animal health standpoint for certain age groups of animals. It encapsulates both the best in animal health products that are available, plus the best management practices that are available to ensure animal health. And so I think that melding of those two, excellent animal health products with excellent management, is the secret of PrimeVac. Vaccines incorporated into the PrimeVac program would be respiratory vaccines such as the Bacillus Vista Once vaccine. Very, very common vaccine that's time tested, got millions of doses under its belt, effectively immunizing cattle for respiratory disease. Some of the newer technologies that Merck Animal Health has developed to offer as a tool to cattle producers are the Bacillus Nasal 3 vaccine. What's unique about Bacillus Nasal 3, Bacillus Nasal 3 PMH is they're intranasal vaccines. These vaccines allow us to go up the nose with the vaccine and immunize the calf at the portal of entry. In the PrimeVac program, you also see clostridial vaccines recommended. Producers typically would call those 7-way or 8-way vaccines, or a blackleg vaccine. Merck Animal Health offers a number of different products in clostridial vaccination. Bacillus cavalry 9 is an example of a vaccine. Bovilla's Vision 7 or Vision 8 with Somnus is another example of a vaccine. And then we also make a Bovilla's Covexin. So your veterinarians will be able to explain the subtle differences between those different vaccines. But the real take-home message is a big company like Merck Animal Health is proud to offer a lot of different options that are highly safe and highly efficacious to the cattle industry.
Those that we can, we certainly encourage them to start a vaccination program and do like a PrimeVac or a VAC 45, which my wife and I ranch also up here. We VAC 45 all of our cattle, a PrimeVac, VAC 45. And that's what the buyers are looking for, things that they don't have to take home and have problems with.
In addition, using low-stress cattle handling techniques and getting the animals dewormed and weaned well before sale day will also make a big difference. And through the PrimeVac program, producers can certify their cattle to demonstrate the extra care they've been given.
We've had excellent response. We encourage all of our producers to sign up on the PrimeVac program and enroll their cattle in that program, give the proper shots, and follow it up with paperwork to verify. The response from our buyers has been phenomenal because when we get calls, especially in the fall, the very first thing that they ask is what shots have the cattle had and how long have they been weaned.
If you don't do those types of things and you get a reputation for providing cattle to the next buyer or to the buyer that aren't as best as they can be, they'll eventually make you pay for that. They will not pay as much for your cattle. They won't want your cattle. So in a competitive marketplace where there's a lot of animals entering the stream, it really adds value to the operation if you can set yourself apart. And I think our preconditioning programs are examples of that.
It does make a difference. It opens the doors to more buyers, more money. We sell at the sale yard because they seem to really help us. They push our program. They're the ones that got us started. They're the ones that introduced us to the Merck people. And, you know, it's just a win-win. It's just sometimes you just think you're just too busy to change, but you just got to do it.
In Idaho, I'm Brian Baxter reporting for NCBA's Cattleman to Cattleman.
You can find out more about the PrimeVac program and strategies that can help you add more value to your cattle by visiting the website mahcattle.com.